Hey, everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan. It is Friday, the 20th of April, 2018, and as usual, there's a lot going on, especially in today's market. I have the coin market cap up, and wow, we have seen an additional 20 billion added to the overall market cap in less than 24 hours. And the interesting thing that I'm seeing now is that the BTC dominance is down to 38.7%. This isn't the lowest we've ever seen. If we go back to, January 2nd, when we had a market cap of 640 billion, we did see the BTC dominance go down to 36%. So, and before that, to get into those numbers, back before that in June of 2017, we saw 37%. So at 38.7 in a $366 billion market cap, I don't know, it looks like we're going to even go down a little further as the market cap rises. And for many people who have altcoins, this is going to make them very happy because I think they're tired of being so tied to the hip with Bitcoin. And for the institutional investors who are thinking about getting in the space, this is maybe not so good because this shows a little more volatility in Bitcoin and a little bit less sureness going ahead. And so it could possibly slow them down, although today's price action doesn't look that way at all. I think that the sentiment is quite positive. Wow. So I think during this video, we might see the price of Bitcoin in US dollars just go over the 8,400 mark. So it's very much trying to do it. And look at this great green. We've got some double digits in prices that we haven't seen in a long time. Like, for example, Ripple, go, 17% up. Unbelievable. The company has decided to not just make an announcement every time they hit a milestone or have done a partnership, but they have more decided to batch all of their announcements into one big official announcement. And I think we're getting very close to having one of those official announcements. If you follow them closely, I'm sure you know of everything that's going on. But I think when they do their official announcements, we're going to see another big spike in their price. So it's just super fun and puts a smile on my face to see so much green. Yeah, so if anyone ever asks you what is your favorite color, you have to remember to always say green. Yeah, all right, let's go to some stories. First story I want to talk about is actually about Mark Karpeles. He's going to get a new job. Yeah, the disgraced CEO of Mt. Gox appointed CTO at London Trust Media. Well, as you all know, the former CEO of hacked Bitcoin exchange Mt. Gox was held in jail for nearly a year in Japan as he faces a criminal trial for charges of embezzlement, data manipulation, and breach of trust. Nevertheless, Karpeles was appointed CTO of the Denver-based VPN service provider called London Trust Media. Well, maybe everybody deserves a second chance. I think if you lost coins, you might have a different opinion. We will still need to see how this finally resolves itself because it hasn't yet quite come to a final resolution. We're getting close, and as that bankruptcy attorney keeps liquidating, let's just hope he doesn't do it on the public exchanges. I really hope that he will continue to liquidate on an OTC over the counter, so he doesn't have this horrible impact on price. Yeah, okay. Then take a look at the London Trust Media Holdings website. What an interesting website. If you follow Richard Hart, this chair immediately reminded me of Richard Hart. he's an interesting YouTube influencer in the cryptocurrency space. And this looks like kind of a chair and an interior setting that he often sits in when he does his videos. Yeah, I can't help but smile when I see this. So I just think, this is an interesting site. I'll put the link in the bottom of the comment section if you're curious about the company that he's going to be Chief Technical Officer for. All right, so look at this. How much Bitcoin do you need to retire on? This is a kind of fun prediction analysis website that you plug in your own numbers, and it'll tell you then exactly what that payout will be, and based on how many Bitcoin you have and what you guess the future price will be, how much it will be rising every year. And yeah, so let's just take it. Let's just do a hypothetical. These numbers are not my real numbers, but they're just numbers I'm going to use for the video. So we kind of guess, what do we think the value next year will be of Bitcoin? So I put in there, I think, a very conservative number of 35,000. I know there's a lot of people out there with much larger numbers, but I just wanted to be conservative. Then what do I think the years of years it'll take before we have a stable growth rate? I put 5. I still think this is high. It might be 3, but let's just, for the purpose of this video, I'll leave it at 5. And then the stable growth rate, I was very conservative, 3%. So just a 3% rise. Yeah, I think that's how much it'll grow year on year. I think it's very reasonable. And then once the value has become stable, how much do I think the Bitcoin is worth? And I just put 200,000. I hope so, but I don't know if this is if my guess. But you can play with these numbers and you can see the different results. All right, and then how many more years do you plan to live? Well, I put 25, and it's not that I only plan to live 25 more years, but I'm talking about 25 years of really living. I mean, traveling and you know, being active and you know, having maximum opportunity and mobility in my life. I put 25. And in how many years do you want to start spending your Bitcoin? I want to start spending in 3 years. So yeah, I don't want to wait. I might even change that to 2 years. And then how many Bitcoin do you have? Well, this is where you can really change. I just put 1 in here for the purpose of the video. And it says that my pension forecast will be 11,000 US dollars per year. And then if I change, let's see, let's just say I have 5 Bitcoin. Wow, if I have 5 Bitcoin, my pension forecast will be 54,000 per year. And what happens if I have 10 Bitcoin? Woohoo! My pension forecast would be 108,000 per year. And this is based also on the parameters that I set above. So I think it's really fun. I will put the link so that you can put in your own numbers and you can see exactly what your pension prediction is based on owning Bitcoin. It's fun. All right. So we have been all paying a lot of attention to the TA, which is the technical analysis. And as you all know, I watch and I follow, and I'm sure all of you do too. But I keep repeating that it's a good indicator for what has happened, but it doesn't necessarily tell you what's going to happen. So when you look at what the stock market market sentiment has used in the past, they have used kind of 5 indicators. One is the CBOE volatility index, which is also called the VIX. And then secondly, they've used, of course, the New York Stock Exchange high and lows. And then the bullish percentage, which measures the percentage of stocks on the New York Stock Exchange that are in a bullish technical pattern. which is, I know, what a lot of the TA people on YouTube are focusing on right now. And then, of course, we have the NYSE 50-day moving average. This works for the stock exchanges that are open for 5 days a week, but they're closed on the weekends. So I don't think the 50-day moving price really works in the crypto world. And same with number 5 here, the 200-day moving average, which is used in the traditional stock exchange. It doesn't really work for crypto. So I think we all know that, but I just wanted to cover that because the market sentiment is so important with Bitcoin. We are really emotional beings when it comes to cryptocurrency. And I think the news and the talk on the street and Twitter and Reddit and the media outlets, whether they're being positive or negative, I think really has just such a huge influence that we need to harness all that information. And how do we do it? Well, we can do it through AI now. And there are a lot of applications that we can customize to really analyze this sentiment through emotion, keywords, semantics. We can extract in the parameters things like sadness and happiness and fear and joy, and we can use natural language now to do it. And one of the, I'm going to put here is a website that does have like the 50 useful machine learning and prediction APIs. You can take a look and individually see if any of these are interesting to you. But the one I really like is by IBM, and it's called Watson. And Watson has some different levels of complexity, and there's one in particular I really like, and it is, let me just see if I can find it here. It is where are you? It's not the language translator. It was let me take a look if it was the Knowledge Studio. It is one that actually no, this isn't the one. Let me try really quick here again and find it for you. It's one that looks more at, let's see, where was it? Text to speech, visual recognition, tone analyzer. I found it. Sorry, everybody. I'm just a little bit on the slow side. I looked at so many that I'm a little confused. This one in the IBM Watson, I think, is the one I would want to use for Bitcoin. And it analyzes emotions and tones in what people write online, like tweets or reviews, and it predicts what they are saying, whether they're happy, they're sad, they're confident, and more. So it can integrate with chatbots. And, you can do this on your own. You can get started and build your own API and follow your own analysis. And if you want, you can share this with other people. I plan to do it. I'm going to share it with you. But I think we need to be using AI instead of kind of our gut feel. I mean, there's nothing wrong with gut feel, but I think we need to really lean on this AI a little further. Yeah, that's just my opinion. So when I get my app built and I start analyzing with this tone analyzer, I will share all the information that I've been able to garner. Okay, everybody, that's it for today. Happy trading and happy hodling. Please, everybody, take care. And for now, sayonara.